Yo, people, lateness is greatness. You already know what time it is. It's time for the Chelsea versus Aston Villa review. Mixed emotions, people, because listen, I don't really know how I want to approach this. We're in the Champions League, but at the same time, we did bottle it and we did lose and we didn't get our job done. And for the first time in my whole life, I had to celebrate Chicken Ball FC winning their match. Does that seem right to you? Does that seem like a normal reaction? Really? I have to celebrate Chicken Nugget FC. Do you know what I'm saying? Basketball on a pigeon FC, doing the business. 4 goals from Gareth Bale. I'm happy. I'm happy about that. That's where Chelsea have taken me to, a level where I have to celebrate or even smile at a Gareth Bale goal. It's embarrassing, if we're being honest. Do you know what I'm saying? I haven't got no apple juice. I'm not really on a celebrating thing. You guys know me, yeah? I don't celebrate top 4. I don't jump up and down, piss the walls up, do drifting outside with the car, take my top off for top 4. It's not happening. It's not happening because at the end of the day, it's not a trophy. It's not success, in my opinion. It is what the club needs, what we need as a club to progress next year, to bring in higher quality players, more revenue, all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, I told you after the FA Cup game, I'm a trophy guy in it. Of course, I want us to finish top 4. Fantastic. But what did I say when we finish top 4? I'm just going to be like, great stuff. And I'm going to move on. And we're going to talk about what actually went on and what we need to sort out with this club. Because how many years is that a row now where we've been challenging for top 4? I think it's 4 years in a row. I think. Forgive me if I'm wrong. Lampard last year. Tuchel this year. Sarri. Conte, I think so. That's 4 years. So that's bullshit, in my opinion. That's not the level. That's not the level we should be aspiring to. And we are slowly dropping off. Because as I always say, the league defines you as a club. It tells you where you are stature-wise. You can go through these knockout competitions, you can have a crazy Champions League run, but 38 games is the bulk of your season. That tells you where you are as a club. That tells you where you stand. That tells you your level. And clearly our level right now is where Arsenal used to be at the Emirates Stadium with Wenger. Let's just keep it a buck. Let's keep it 100 buckaroonies. That is our level right now. We are a top 4 team. And that's not something I'm going to be celebrating. That's not something that I'm going to be going crazy about. For me, personally, I'm looking forward to the Champions League final. That's why when goals were going in, I was kind of just chilling. I was very calm because this is not it for me. The final... next Saturday, that's what I'm getting excited about. That's another opportunity for a trophy and success. The key word there is success. The game is about glory. It's not about top 4. But we will get into the performance. We will thank Tottenham for their help, I guess, because without them, we wouldn't be here, which is just embarrassing. Pathetic, spineless performance. My brother here saying with the super chat, much appreciated. I couldn't really agree more. I mean, listen, I felt the first half we dominated in terms of possession. We created chances, but it's still pathetic and it's still spineless because we didn't take our opportunities. We didn't capitalize on them. And we conceded. Do you know what I'm saying? We conceded the first opportunity we get from a Villa perspective and the first clear-cut opportunity in terms of the fact that Traore, who's our former player, our former baller, gets a free run, just a free run, and nobody's marking him, nobody's tracking him. You know what I'm saying? He's off the grid. Nobody's around him, nobody's watching him. And then there you go, lovely, easy, crisp, crazy finish from him, which is not even a great connection, but just bumbles this way across off the crossbar and in. And again, that's our fault. That's our fault. We didn't track him. We didn't watch him. So what do you expect? Do you know what I'm saying? At top level football, everybody needs to get marked up, whether it's zonal marking, man marking, whatever. But he was just on his own. And to be honest, from the moment we went a goal down, we didn't look like we was going to be able to handle this top 4 situation on our own. We needed help. I wasn't really looking at other results. I wasn't really looking at other results until we conceded. And then when we conceded, I said to myself, well, how often do Chelsea come from behind? Not very often. Why? Because we can't score goals, as we had that issue in the first half. So how are we going to make top 4? Well, we're going to need someone else to help us out. And that's exactly what happened. So, we're going to get into the second goal as well, which was just, again, Jorginho putting a leg in. again, poor. Just you don't do that in the box, man. If you're not 100% certain that you're going to make contact with the ball, you don't just stick a leg out. You don't just stick a leg out. Obviously, we had our traditional Timo Werner offside goal as well to add to the collection today. Congratulations. I think that's probably 15 offside goals this season, or 15 goals disallowed by either VAR offside or whatever you want to do, handball against Liverpool. Or what, I don't even know anymore. I don't know. I really don't know. Handball in our last game, Liverpool, I think a hair follicle was offside at Anfield. This is it. So yeah, it's brilliant. Ahmed says Chelsea's versus top teams. Let's go. Chelsea versus mid-table teams. I feel like our team have a mentality block against mid-table teams. Hope Mendy's all right. Listen, that's probably the worst thing that happened today, to be honest, is that Mendy. We just have to hope that he's okay for the Champions League final. I think he clashed with the post, with the bar for the first goal, for the Traore goal. He was trying to obviously get to it, using his big frame, and just clattered with the post. So listen, if he's not available for the Champions League final, we may as well just pack it in, as Dami would say. Just pack up our bags and just stay on the beach. We're still going to Porto, but just chill on the beach. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to really participate and whatnot. Just pick up the runners medal at the end of the game. Let them do what they want to do. There's no need for this. So he needs to be fit, because we will have shots on goal, and we need our best goalkeeper in goal to handle that. So that cannot be a thing. This game really highlighted some mad things. First of all, when Reece James moved into midfield, that didn't look great. That didn't look great. I've been definitely an advocate of him playing right side centre back, right wing back. He's been good, but when he moved into midfield again, first time around, but he was looking shaky on the ball, man. He was getting dispossessed and giving it away and moving all types of mad in midfield. So I don't recommend Reece James in midfield now. Maybe not really ever needed, to be honest. I know he was good at Wigan in midfield, but you do have. This is Chelsea, we had Mikel, we had Ballack, we had Lampard. Let's try and get back to them levels of world-class midfielders. We don't need to be moving a right back or right side centre back into midfield to continue a football match. I thought, again, this is going to raise the questions of no number 9 up front, no goals. So Tammy, Giroud not involved today. We struggled to score. Listen, the question marks are going to be asked. For me personally, I've maintained this now for the last few weeks. Every time those two have come off the bench, they've looked rusty. They've looked ropey and rusty, hungover, like they've been drinking tequila. So do I think they're going to come here and have a masterclass? Realistically, no, because I just think they haven't had enough minutes accumulated now. And every time we've seen them, they look like as if, what I'm saying, they look like their feet have been, chopped off. Do you know what I'm saying? Nothing's connecting. Giroud's, every time he gets the ball, it's just lackadaisy, just dashing shots all over the place. Tammy, again, looking rusty, not really getting too many touches. So the Fulham game's an example. So I don't really think all of our fortunes change. The hard truth of the matter, people, is we do not have a world-class striker, and we haven't had one since Diego Costa. And that's just as simple as that. Chelsea needs to go into the market and get a top, not a striker, a top striker. And they need to do it now. The season's done. Yeah, we've got Champions League call next week. As soon as that final whistle blows in Porto, whatever the result is, you should be negotiating at that table with someone's agent the day after. The day after. Get this deal done before the Euros. Not after. Don't make me wait and sweat and bleed. Do it now. Get it done. It's a problem. It's not a secret that this is a massive issue on our team. Get a striker through the door. The magical three. Kane's not realistic. Haaland and Lukaku. I don't give a shit which one it is. I've got preferences, but I really don't care anymore after watching that. Get a striker. We have not got a world-class striker at the football club. The top scorer is who? Is it Jorginho still? Or who? I don't even know who scored today. Chilwell. So it is Jorginho. Jorginho ends the Premier League season as top scorer of Chelsea Football Club. Deep that sentence. Jorginho is the top scorer in the Premier League season for Chelsea. Moment silence for the club. Seriously. Moment silence. Just take a minute to digest that, because I really want you to deep that sentence. The register on penalties is top scorer. Deep it. That's what I'm asking you, man, to do. Just think about that for a second. Ask your loved ones around you if that's okay. Do you know what I'm saying? Don't look for love and guidance at times like this. Really do. Just sit there and think about that for a second. Really do just think about that. Fuck me, that's embarrassing. Why is Pulisic playing like this? Not talking on any players at all. No, not taking on any players at all. No dribbles, just passing around. It's like he's playing not to get injured, for fuck's sake. Do you know what it is? Yeah, all of our youngsters, all of our attackers, sorry, are either young, new, or inconsistent. Nobody's world class or in their prime, so we can go through them. Giroud, aging, on the decline, and not consistent, really, if we're being real. Giroud, you know, his whole career, he's never really hit the heights of, 20, 25, 30 goals in the Premier or anything like that. Yeah, he's a great player for France. He's been a great player for us for what we paid, but he's not your talisman. He's not your main man. He's not Harry Kane, who, got us out of bullshit today. So there you go. Tammy, not world class. So there you go. So that's that fine, Werner, first season and not world class, and has goal scoring issues, and it's just, again, not even a striker, not a winger, just a hybrid of some sort. Havertz, young in his first season, not in his prime. Pulisic, same applies. Hudson-Odoi, same applies. Ziyech, not world class, inconsistent. There's no Diego Costa in this team. There's no Eden Hazard in this team. There's no player that's 26, 27, 28 in their prime and world class. When you find me a player that ticks all those boxes, then we can talk about going somewhere next season. But that's why we need a striker. And that's why, we need to bring in someone kind of now, kind of soon. Because as I keep saying, there's boxes that are not being ticked here. Where's the world-class forward? It doesn't exist in this squad. It's a Fugazi, it's a Fugazi, it doesn't exist, right? There's no world-class forward in the team. There's Pulisic, who sometimes is in world-class form, but he's not world-class. So we don't have a world-class forward. Half of them have just been, just come out their mother's womb. They're young, fresh meat. So they're not even in their prime. They have no understanding of taking on consistent responsibility like a Harry Kane or anything like that. So that's that. And then the other guys are just not good enough. So this is the situation we're in. Do you know what I'm saying? This is where this football club is currently at. We have not replaced Diego Costa, and from that moment, we screwed ourselves. And we haven't replaced Eden Hazard. So there you go. Do you know what I'm saying? We're going for the young up-and-coming team. That's what we're going for right now. Well said, Matisse. We need to buy strikers, 100%. That really should go without saying. That's really obvious. You know what I'm saying? If this club don't bring in a striker, then God knows they're not serious next season. They're really not. Pulisic, in my opinion, is super sub, but he refuses to accept it, and the American media isn't helping. Anyways, good content, bro. I'm not going to lie to you. The American media definitely want him to be front row center attention. I remember when ESPN started reporting saying, oh, why is Pulisic, I think Pulisic said something after the game where he missed out against Real Madrid, and he said, oh, it was disappointing to not be in the team. I wanted to start. ESPN clipped that shit and ran with it. They were like, oh my God, he's unhappy. He might want to leave. No, calm your rockers, bro. Relax. It's not that deep. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he needs to be a super sub or a starter, but there has to be competition in the squad for his place. When he's in form, he plays. When he doesn't play. There's been games where Pulisic has started, like Palace, and he's played well. There's been games where he's come off the bench and played well. It's not really... I don't see him as a Michael Owen in the latter stages of his career, or Chicharito at Manchester United. I'm not going to call him a super sub yet. But what I am going to say is we need to sort out this forward line in the summer. I'm not going to lie to you. It's getting a bit peak. We're a joke. Liverpool, who have been on one leg the whole season, took care of business. We had to rely on our rivals to help this team. It's pathetic. Thank you very much, Ty. Spot on. And this is why I'm not popping open the apple juice. This is why I'm not dancing around, do you know what I'm saying, in the rain. I'm not doing it. Because at the end of the day, we didn't take care of business. And I wouldn't have done that anyway because it's only top 4. But we did not take care of business. This is not a W today. This is a wake-up call. Do you understand? You're not going to see me on Twitter memeing nobody, memeing Leicester, Amate. I don't care. We didn't qualify for top 4. Tottenham pushed us into the top 4. There's a difference. Yeah? There's a difference between us actually taking control of the situation and saying, today we're going to make top 4 and it's in our hands. We need to win. Villa are not playing for anything. They're 12th. They can't even move to 11th. They can't move up or down the table. They're staying in their position regardless. So we just need to come here and win. We didn't do that. We got spoon-fed, drip-fed our dinner. That's what happened today. We got served. Do you know what I'm saying? We got served up by the rivals, Tottenham. It's crazy. That is what happened today. So how can I be happy about that? How can I be going crazy about that? It's not possible. So conflicted. Did not deserve top 4. What the fuck, lol. Eye test merchant. Listen. You finished where you deserve to finish in it. The league table doesn't lie, but we finished there on, what is it, goal difference? Is it? I think. Holy shit, man! I don't even know. I don't know. It wasn't goal difference. I think we finished there by a point. I think if Leicester had drew, it would have been goal difference. But fuck, man. Come on, your mods. And for tears for Mount criticisms from Matthias. We'll get into that. We're going to get into going through each person one by one. Jorginho, I'm just going really right now before I add Dami in. The goals, Jorginho giving away the penalty, not good enough. The goal from Traore, not tracking your runner. Nobody tracking him. I don't even know who's meant to be marking him. Nobody was tracking him. Not good enough. And again, then, wow, you got a goal back. Again, I didn't flinch. I honestly didn't flinch when we scored. We need to get Harry Kane. He's Drogba's replacement. He's nothing like Drogba, to be honest. I'm not going to lie. I think they're just completely two different players. But Harry Kane is the world's best striker, in my opinion, in terms of being an all-rounder. I know Lewandowski, broke the Bundesliga record. He's obviously world-class as well. They're definitely the top 2. But for me, Harry Kane's just that little edge above because that he can create chances as well. And, like I said, he can score from any distance, long shots, you name it, you can get it. So, yeah. But listen, at this point, you don't have the whole summer to negotiate and striptease for Daniel Levy. You need to get the deal done early. So if Harry Kane's going to take all summer and then we probably still won't get him at the end of it, and deadline day, then we're rushing around, scratching our balls, what then? We need to just get a striker before the Euros. And if that means Lukaku and shoving 80 million up into Milan's arse and saying thank you very much, then get it done. Get it done. I want a striker here for pre-season so they can train with these chance creation merchants that we created and we brought in last summer. And then hopefully things can tick. Because if we don't get a striker in before pre-season's over and we're snatching around last minute and then the player's going to take time to get used to the chemistry and everything, I ain't got time for that. Get it done when the brother is on holiday. Yeah? Before the Euros. Get it done. That's what I'm trying to see. Dami, welcome to the party. Why are you not? What's wrong with you? Why are you not dancing around? We just made top 4. Gareth Bale, FC.
I bust out a video just now, yeah. And the thumbnail is like me. I'm smiling like this. I've got the top 4 here. I've got the Spurs thing. But I swore on my nan's grief I would never celebrate top 4. You understand? Regardless of the situation at hand. What happened just now? I went there and I was shameless about the whole thing. But you see, yeah, I tore into that Chelsea side, blood. Because that man left us on blood pressure settings from beginning to end. From beginning to end, Matisse. What did our blood class say last season about top 4, Matisse? What did we both say? We said we would not be caught dead. We won't be caught dead celebrating this thing. Whether we beat Aston Villa convincingly or not, I was never going to be on that wave. Do you know where I'm coming from? So this team, you lot are clowns, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? Jorginho, Kovacic stripping in midfield. Reece James was messing up some passes. Timo Werner, honestly, I believe Timo Werner.
The whole front line were awful. Let's just keep going.
Do you know what I think about Timo Werner? Yeah? I think Timo Werner is, the Temptations, Temptation. I think Timo Werner is just like a test of patience. I don't believe he's real. I don't think he actually exists because that brother, I don't know how someone can be so offside. He was born offside, bro. Do you know where I'm coming from? It's almost like he got shot out of the thing and he went over the bed in the hospital room. Do you know where I'm coming from? Offside, fam. I don't know why the guys always like this, bro. I don't know about you. When Chua scored, I was just there like,
bro, I did not flinch, bro. I did not flinch. When Chua scored, I just typed out, yay. Lowercase, nothing. Honestly, I didn't flinch.
I didn't even tweet, fam. I didn't do nothing, bro. This game, I can't lie to you, Matisse. It's one of them ones where, this game is not, people are asking, somebody was asking me to do the Alonso dance with Matisse. I said, no.
Alonso dance?
What?
For who?
Are you on crack?
Are you
Are
crazy?
you on crack? Nah, fam. Pack up shop, bro.
I'm not
You know,
dancing for nothing.
people
Not
are
after
saying
that performance.
apologies. They say Aspilicueta was the one that was offside. My bad. But overall, my point still stands in it. Our strikers, our finishers, everybody up front, they can't do nothing, fam. Absolutely nothing. People are talking about mentality monsters. Shut up, fam. We are just not clinical enough. Do you know what I mean? People are were so dead in the first half. Yeah, we kind of were, but then again, you might need to look at the grand scheme of things. You need to look at things in its entirety. Pack up, man.
Lee with the, because I can't pull it up on the screen. StreamYard are being weird, but Lee with the super chat says Pulisic's decision making feels off, worrying for the Champions League. I agree with you. I am a bit worried now because Pulisic for me was without. Obviously, Kai's come off the bench today, so maybe his fitness will be okay to start. Werner's definitely going to start for the Champions League. We just have to hope that he has a night where he doesn't frustrate the shit out of us. Mason Mount's going to start. So it is between Kai Havertz and Pulisic to start. And Pulisic, he is a very confusing player because he's inconsistent, if we're being real. Do you know what I'm saying? He is very inconsistent. And it's worrying right now because we can't... Remember when I said to you guys a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago, I need 2 players to join Mason Mount on stepping up in a front three, and then we move. And then Pulisic stepped up, and then Ziyech started to play better as well, got a couple goals, and then Kai got a brace or 2, and then Werner got dropped and came back into the team and started playing well. And there's not really anybody in that front three you can say is on form right now. So it is a bit worrying. You're asking a player to kind of turn up out of nowhere and get the business done. Rashon Young with a super chat, much appreciated, bro. Says Atkinson is the worst ever. Is that the ref? Because I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not even. I know Grealish was moving a bit mad today with his team.
Yeah, I
he should have been booked.
Yeah, I hear people talking about the ref, but like, let's not. I don't go for things like that. I honestly don't. I'm tired of trying to pick out little things that are out of our control. The things that were in our control were shocking. Everything that we could have done today, that was in our control was shocking. Sometimes the referee is absolutely so bad that it completely throws off your entire game plan, whether you play well or you play bad. Look back to Chelsea when we played against was it Barcelona in the semi-finals? That is a performance. So we played well, referee stole from us. Today, everything in our control was rubbish. Rubbish, fam. So anyone else talk about the referee, that's none of my business. Honestly, respectfully, it's none of my business. I'm looking at my players. And from top to bottom, all of them were quite poor. Lovely Mason Mount wasn't really on it today. You know what I'm saying? Reece James wasn't really on it. Jorginho and Cover were not on it. Werner was not on it. Ziyech when he came on was not really on it. Do you know what I mean? Nobody was really on it, bro. Look at the way Aston Villa scored against us. Them man played like they were the ones fighting for top 4 with the goals they scored. Especially at the start of the game. At the start of the game, first 15 minutes, they were on it. Chelsea should have been that team. But hey, once again, they've proven to us that upstairs, they are not really, once again, big money signings, big time players. You know, I'm coming from, we've seen their technique, we've seen their skill, we know their potential, but they've shown us that they are not yet there mentally.
They're developing. Chilwell is what, 23, going to be 24. He's been quite consistent lately. Kai Havertz is 21. Werner's in his first year in England. And again, a very, very system-heavy based player. Because technically, he has got so much to improve on. It's not even funny. Thank God his attitude and his self-awareness in terms of his own performance, analysing his own performance is very good. Because technically, Werner has got so much to improve. This is a player that can't go 1v1. The finishing is off as well. The first touch is off. He needs to do a lot of training. He really does. He has got a lot to improve on technically. A lot. Scott just says, just relieved, to be honest, by a proper striker and actual men. I think, a lot of players, that we signed in the last window were for the future. They're quite young. They're quite raw. This team could do with some experience, I have to say. I do agree with that. This team could do with some experience. Mason Mount showed up to joke around on the pitch with Aston Villa FC, Matthias. Okay, so that's what you're building on from the last super chat. Dami, what do you think of Mason Mount? Because I thought when we was creating opportunities in the first half, I thought he was decent. But after that, he probably had a good maybe 10, 15 minutes for me.
I'm not doing that today. Honestly, we both agree on one thing here, Matisse. Mason Mount every game usually sets a standard for himself. He was well below that standard today. He was not on the usual standard that he's normally at. So I'm not going to judge him based on he was okay. I'm going to judge him based on what he usually busts out on a game-to-game basis. Do you know what I mean? Maybe if it was another player like Ziyech doing what Mount was doing, I'd say he was all right. But Mason Mount, he set himself at such a high level, meant to be busting out 6 or 7 out of 10 every single game. He didn't do that.
Not 6s, 7s and 8s.
Not even 6s, I'm saying 7s and 8s.
That's what you expect at this point.
Bro, he's dropped down, fam. He dropped below that. And once you drop below that, it's poor. Do you know what I mean? If you're used to getting 100 over 100 in your exams or 95s and you drop to a 90 and 85, you're poor, fam.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Obviously, in this context, context-wise, I know it's a big difference, but at the end of the day, for me, Mason Mount was not on it today. None of them were on it, Matisse. Not a single one of them. Do you know the worst part, Matisse? It's clear as day that they knew top 4 was a priority. Have you seen the tweets that they're putting out on the TL? Kovacic is out there saying, unfortunately, we didn't get the league, but we've qualified for top 4. Is that what it's become? Kovacic just put out that tweet. Chelsea's account just retweeted. They know, fam. They know it's disgusting, bro. Slimy crap. Just so slimy in it. You know what I'm saying? Once again, I've done my shameless bit.
They've qualified for top 4 in the worst way possible as well.
Bro, Tottenham FC, blood. We had to rely on Tottenham. I had to say up Tottenham at one point, and I said, nah, I had to wash my hands. You know what that means? The same people were out there saying, we Tottenham every single week are the same ones that are blessing them on the TL. Is that the level it's come to? Nah, man. This is not. Today, is
there anyone today that you can say played well?
Bro, I don't want to even not see, Are
we doing that? We're basically doing what we did for the FA Cup final. Everybody's getting slapped with the same brush.
Everybody's getting slapped with the same brush. You can't say that we're defensively solid because we conceded 2 goals. You can't say anything else happened because we didn't really score anything up front apart from Ben Chilwell. You can't say that the midfield were linking up things properly because they were literally stripping all over the place. It was mad.
Crazy.
Man. You know what I'm saying? He's mad. I don't know where to go, man, with this. It's quite irritating. People are Gareth Balenciaga. I hear you, real deal. Do you know what I'm saying? I get all you, man, on the banter, but all of them, man, were useless. Look at Pulisic today. Captain America, fam. Captain what? He didn't do nothing today.
Do you know what it is, yeah? You can see a decline in a club when you have to rely on Tottenham, a team that we talk about bottling. Apologies. Yeah. Ola, just send it as a normal chat, bro. I'm struggling to keep up, but I'm trying my best. And then I test merchant as well. Just put your things in. I'm gonna be looking out for your names now. Just put them in normally. So apologies. I'm trying to keep up with my phone as well. There's loads of people in the chat today. You know it's bad when you're relying on Tottenham to bail you out of a situation. That is how you know you're not progressing yourselves. Because I said this before you came on. Chelsea, your league campaign is what shows where you are as a football club. That's the bulk of your season. Arsenal are where they are. Tottenham are where they are. Chelsea are where they are. Man City are where they are. That is the bulk of your season. And if you're for me performing at a level now where you're consistently challenging for top 4 and you're not even getting there comfortably like Manchester United did in second. We're fighting on the last day for top 4.
Not to cut you off. I hate to be that guy because obviously end of season reviews after the UCL final, So I will love my comments. Do you know what we've just done? I hate to say it, but do you know what we've just done?
Go on.
We've done an Arsenal.
We've done an Arsenal.
I hate to say it, but I'm going to wait till the end of the season, innit? But we've done an Arsenal. Let me
unless we bag that Champions League, this has been a very Arsenal season from us because we used to banter Arsenal Football Club under Wenger for celebrating top 4 while we was winning things, and now we're losing finals and not clearly. My chat are patterned up. Do you know what I'm saying? They're not celebrating top 4. But a lot of Chelsea fans will be celebrating top 4. A lot of Chelsea fans said that this is what they were prioritizing in their head over the FA Cup. For me personally, that can't run. You have to get both. But you can't be celebrating top 4. I wanted that FA Cup last week for some success. This is not success.
4, do you know what it is? Top 4 for me, and let me word this really clear, should not be a goal stroke priority to be striving towards. It should be a given.
Yeah, it should be a given. Yeah.
It should be a given. I shouldn't be having to pick between a trophy and a league position. They are 2 different things. This all right, this top four we've just gotten, yeah, that everybody's gassed about. In 2065, when you're sat on your rocking chair, in wherever you're going to be living, are you going to be chatting to your children about this top four battle that we've just won? Bumbo club. No. You cannot be serious. Do you know what I mean? You fully cannot even be serious, innit? Because that's my problem. This is an Arsenal, and people are not going to like that comment. It is an Arsenal thing. We do not celebrate top four. Honestly, like we both said last season, Matisse, my tweet immediately after the season ended, the next day, you can go and advance search the dates. I said you won't catch me celebrating top four this year. And you're not going to see me do that. You're not going to see me do that.
Not a chance.
I'm not going to stop Alonso dances and whatnot for no reason.
I Test Merchant says we need a combative, strong midfielder like Mikel, not Fugazi, Jorginho. We do need a DM. We do need a DM. And you know, we've got currently 4 midfielders in that double pivot, so one of them will have to depart. Now, for me, I think Gilmour potentially will get a loan. I think because he hasn't really been given a lot of minutes. Last couple of weeks, he's got a few more minutes because Cover's been injured. But I think if Gilmour was part of the plan next season to be heavily involved, I would have expected him to get more minutes. So for me personally, I would definitely. I know a lot of people will probably want Jorginho gone after the penalty that he's given away. My plan in my head was that Gilmour replaced Jorginho, and I don't know if Gilmour's ready to replace Jorginho yet. So if he's ready to replace Jorginho, then you've got your heir to the throne. But if he's not, then I'd probably keep Jorginho for one more season. But I'd bring in a DM. And then you'd have those options because he does bring leadership, but he was poor today. Absolutely poor.
Can I add something today? Because today I don't feel like bitching out. I feel like keeping.
Yeah, I don't feel like I'm not even angry. I'm just disappointed.
I don't feel like keeping things a buck. I feel like keeping things a buck. Jorginho, right? Today was not good, but then again, you're not talking about Jorginho and this nonsense if your forwards are finishing. If your forwards are outputting stuff up front, you're not talking too much about this. If everything, learn how to blame the collective. You don't always need to isolate and pick off. It doesn't always need to be that way. It's easier, do you know what I'm saying? For agendas and whatnot, it's a lot easier. But at the end of the day, today, as a collective, I'm seeing people talking about selling Jorginho and shipping off cover to an airport somewhere in Luton, and people are talking about Werner taking jogs in Croydon. I'm not interested in any of that because at the end of the day, for me, personally, man, just look at the entire thing in its entirety. Jorginho is not to mention the fact that he's our top scorer this season tells you all you need to know about what's happening up front. J5 is Chelsea's top strike. Chelsea, he ended the Premier League season as our top scorer. He's going to get the Chelsea Golden Boot, or whatever the hell they do to the person that scored the most goals.
They better not hand out a Golden Boot. Let's just keep that real. It's like when we finished 10th and they handed out Player of the Season. Don't hand out the Golden Boot. Just keep it moving. You don't need to embarrass us anymore. All right. So Joe's just brought back Gareth Bale to save us. Oh my goodness, that's funny. Do you know what it is? Yeah, honestly, today's day is Gareth Bale's day. Simple as that. Gareth Bale, and he'll be the thumbnail. I don't know if the thumbnail's up yet because it's currently getting made, but Gareth Bale will be the thumbnail today, not a Chelsea player. Because Gareth Bale's the reason why we're in top 4. Do you know what I mean? That's if we're being completely honest, that's the situation. So someone said God Gareth in the chat. God Gareth it is. Honestly, God Gareth it is, man, because we did Bambo, you're spot on. Man them does owe Bale an apology. I already said it in the chat. Bale, welcome to the party. I apologize. I rate you incredibly highly. You're God Gareth, the king of West London himself. Chelsea bailed out. That's a good pun. Do you know what? You better copyright that shit or something because they'll some publishing company or newspaper company will take that off you. That's good. That you know what? That might be something for the. No, I won't apologize, Toby. Never. That might be good for the back pages of the newspapers tomorrow. Chelsea bailed out. That's really good. Honestly, sell that shit. Mohammed says realistically, Verratti and Lukaku can fix all our problems. I don't know if Verratti's the solution for me. Obviously, Verratti's a very, very talented player, but I'm looking for someone who, first of all, is a bit more physically imposing. I think we've got technical players like that, like Kovar and, you know, Jorginho can be quite technical. Obviously, they're not on Variety's level, but do you see what I'm saying? We've got, you know, players of that type of mold, and Variety's obviously superior passing. I'm looking for a brute holding midfielder. I'm looking for a John Obi Mikel. I'm physically now. We need something physically and leadership-wise to spice up this team. Does Variety bring leadership to that midfield? Does he bring physicality or strength? Or, do you know what I'm saying? I'm just looking for a different mold now. I need a different mold. I need big ass grown technical men. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what I need now. I need Chelsea's identity to balance out a little bit. Do you know how many corners we had today and we couldn't score from any of them? Any of them. We're going to move the oil boys. I saw that question in the chat. I'm going to move it tonight. Tonight would be a bit much. I'll probably try and do it tomorrow or Tuesday. Do you know how, like, it's just not, we had so many corners and we're not a threat. We used to have Ivanovic. We used to have Cahill. We used to have Terry. We used to have Drogba. You go Balak. You know how many, like,
I want to cry.
From a corner, we were, like, cool. We couldn't do our thing in open play. We had no threat from set pieces, and that's alarming. With no zoomer on the pitch, no threat from set pieces. So basically, you win a corner and it's redundant in this team. You may as well just have got a goal kick, because every time the ball came into the box, someone said Akinfenwa. Every time the ball went into the box, we had no threat. We had no threat. That for me, that's not good enough. You need to be. Yes, you can be a technical team. I love a technical team. Stop this in the chat, please. But you need to be a threat from corners. You do, because that is an opportunity to score as well. Look at Man City. You know, they've scored a couple goals from corners. Look at PSG from Marquinhos getting a big goal in the Champions League there. Yes, it didn't go through, but we don't have that. We don't have that ability to do that, and that's a problem. That is an issue. That is a real big issue. You might need to allow me in the chat. I'm still hungover, if you want to know, from my, because obviously you guys know I didn't upload yesterday. I was partying.
Same. I spent too much money.
I was pre-partying for the top four.
Yeah. So you were partying for the top four? Wow.
Yeah, obviously.
How the standards are falling.
My standards are in the gutter.
How the standards are falling. Sheesh. Oh, Lord Jesus. Oh, my God, man. Oh, my God. What an L.
Oh, do you know what, yeah? I'll read out the super chat and then I'll post this to you afterwards. Aaron says, man said Variety, we need strength and power in midfield. Enough of these technical midfielders. We get bullied KMT, Tumashi, Tumogachi, or Declan Rice.
Tushmendi,
but I like to call him Tamugachi.
Tushmendi.
Do you know what it is, yeah? Man said, Dami, you're up, because we need height in the midfield. Do you know what it is, yeah? We do need technical midfielders, but they also, like, we need midfielders with more traits. So they need to be I don't want Ndidi from Leicester, because playing out from the back with him, I don't feel secure. We need technical midfielders, but they need to have that other side to them as well, right? So, cool, have the technical ability, but you need to be a presence in there now. Do you know what I'm saying? We need, because you just for that option, we don't have that option. We do not actually have a holding midfielder in the whole squad. We do not have a world-class striker in the whole squad. These are things that you can't have. You can't have a situation where you don't have a world-class striker in a team that's challenging to win the Premier League, and you can't have a situation. Where you don't have a DM in the whole squad. It doesn't work.
You know what it is, yeah? Do you know what it is about thinking? Matisse will probably relate to this as well. I hate it when Marquinhos, honestly, let me not say anything now.
Marquinhos, oh my goodness, I wish.
Yeah. I don't want to say anything that'll put me in trouble in terms of Marquinhos, because what I would do for Marquinhos, yeah, let me not say anything wild. But I hate to sound like a visionary or one of them kind of things, yeah, in situations like this. But remember when I said to everybody that this attack will be the death of us this season at some point? Matisse, do you remember that?
Yeah.
Do you remember when I said that? It's starting to see. We're starting to see, bro. We saw it against Leicester. We're seeing it against Aston Villa. On my life, I'm hoping that we don't see it against Man City in the Champions League final.
We need plantain and yam.
Oh, I like that, fam.
We need plantain and yam in this team. Maybe we just change their diet. Do you know what I'm saying? Just change their diet. Do Do you know what? That's what I was going to move on to, right? Because let's be real. This game for me is a non-starter, right? I'm disappointed with the performance. We were poor. And I could say Chelsea dominated the first half, in my opinion, created opportunities, but once again, toothless and not ruthless. And I've said that multiple times since Diego Costa left the football club. We have not replaced Diego Costa. We have not replaced Fabregas. We have not replaced Nemanja Matic. And we have not replaced Eden Hazard. Those are the four that we have not replaced since that last title win. And we've gone with a younger, less experienced, still improving and developing core. And that means that they're not going to always get the job done right now because they're not in their prime. They're not at their peak. So we need to go into the market and sign some guys who are ready made to shape the core of what is already a very talented, because it is a talented team. They're in the Champions League final. Very talented team, but they just need a little bit more kahunas and they need some experience and some quality. Yeah. So you get a striker. You get a in them prime striker. You add a Harry Kane or Lukaku to that forward line, all them chances that are created are getting bagged. All them crosses where brothers are not making runs or they're nearly there and there's open goals, opportunities, and they're not quite there, and headers, they're getting bagged.
Yeah.
Add a DM, and that penalty might not happen. And if Jorginho needs a rest or Kova, needs a rest, they can come out the team. And if they're not playing well, they can come out the team. And if we're winning with 10 minutes to go, the DM can come in. Or if we're away from home in a big game, they can start. We just need the option. We need we need a proper DM option, right? Yeah. And then for me, once you make those two signings, I have no doubt that Kai Havertz will improve next season. I have no doubt that a Pulisic who is consistently fit for the season will improve next season. I have no doubt that Mason Mount will again improve next season. Ziyech, you have to improve next season. You're in your prime. Let me just keep it a buck, because I'm not gonna lie to you.
When you said Ziyech, I thought you were going to say has. I like that you has to improve.
He has to. There's no time, because at the end of the day, I've got a rule and I'm not going to change it. Players that have had one full season, I want to give them one more season. I don't think a player should leave after one season. That's very harsh. Especially with a season that Mane has not performed, Aubameyang. There's something in the oxygen. It's not been a normal season. Something is clearly in the water.
Yeah, something, it's a little pandemic, you know what I'm saying? Call it a pandemic.
They're all chance creation players. Hudson-Odoi with all of his hugs after full time with Tuchel, I'm expecting that to go somewhere.
Somebody just reminded me that Mendy's injured. Oh my God, fam.
Yeah, no, Mendy did come off for halftime. Whether or not that's a proper big injury, I don't know. I personally think he's going to be okay. I'm not panicking. I think Mendy will be okay. If you want to say if you want to do some praying or something, I think he's going to be okay.
Oh my God.
I think he's going to be okay. But the team...
4 weeks.
Where'd you get 4 weeks from? Where? No. You're lying.
Hey,
You're lying. Source, I need a source. You're lying. No, it's cool. He's lying.
Hold on. Cause you can't. You see,
You're lying.
No, hold on. Let's see. Cause
You're lying. It's cool.
Oh God, no. It's a rib injury, bro.
Huh?
It's a rib thing.
Who's reporting this? I need confirmation. What's going on here?
Tuchel said it in the presser, innit?
Look what they made. This is what our football club has become. You see this? What in the atrocity is this? What in God's name is this? You see what you've done? I'm actually gonna. What is this?
I can't. Oh shit!
I I knew someone would make one of those. I knew someone would make one of those.
I don't even know what to say, blood.
Look, Gareth Bell.
Nah, these guys don't
This
deserve.
football club is a joke. Oh my
Who's
goodness.
making this?
No, seriously, I need an update. Did you lie? Are you guys lying in the chat?
He lied. The person lied about the time frame, but he didn't lie that his ribs. He's got a rib injury.
You will not see heaven. You will not see heaven. Do you understand? Don't do that.
Man is dragging the brother on the corner.
Donkey. Why would you do that to me? Huh? You're stressing me out, fam. Seriously. That's all I've got left is Mendy's fitness. What are you doing? Oh my God. This brother said 4 weeks. I nearly shit myself. All right. Back to the stream. That was toxic. That was toxic.
Yeah, toxic. That was toxic.
That was toxic of you. Wow. Stress. Matisse, look into the future. Do you think we need to go for? Who do you think we need to go for? Personally, I don't mind who we get as long as we bring in leaders. For me personally, you whoever did that in the chat, you will not see heaven.
I've seen him. PFC MX.
Yeah, you need to find peace because that was wrong. What you just did there, that was wrong.
Find peace.
That was wrong. That was wrong on all levels. Inhumane. That was inhumane. I think we need to get a striker, and I think it needs to be Haaland, Harry Kane, or Lukaku. And then the DM option, there's options. You've got Declan Rice, you've got Tamagotchi. I don't know about Tamagotchi too much.
I want to ask, but then again, I mean, I know.
I don't really have a DM target personally. Actually, no, I do. Marquinhos. There you go. That's my dream target is Marquinhos. After that, like I said, when the season's over, then man's going to start thinking about it a lot more. I don't really have a DM target. I just know we need a DM. I'm not sure yet. Because Tamagotchi, yeah, he's good.
Tushimeni
is very good. Tushimeni's very good, but he's very young.
That's
very young. So,
you know what I mean?
He's in the Prem now. You know, I'm not saying it won't work because Leicester have done great robbing that French league of midfielders. Kante came from there. Mahrez came from there. They've just signed Soumare from there. So I think the French league is quite a good pool to go to for midfielders. But have I watched enough of him to tell you that he should be my #1 top target? Absolutely not. I think for me, Marquinhos, I think Declan Rice at a good price, not 90 million or any of this nonsense. A good, respectable fee is a good buy because he's got Premier League experience. And we've seen the value in that with Chilwell this season. I know it hasn't always worked out, but he's someone who's got the right mentality. That's the one thing I will say of him. He's got the right mentality. Plays in a pivot with Ziyech at the moment. But I'm not one of these fans that will tell you life or death if we don't sign him. That's not. That's not. He's an option. He would be a very good buy at a good price.
I saw people talking about transfers before the game started. Like, you might rest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Rests. On the 7th day, Jesus rested, didn't it? You know, I'm coming from rests. Everybody.
I didn't dismiss him. I didn't dismiss him. I said I don't know him. I haven't watched him enough to say that he's the answer. He could be the answer, but you're putting a lot of pressure on him at a very young age, is what I'm saying to you. And did we know about him before this season? Is this his breakout season?
Tchouaméni?
Yeah.
I didn't see what I'm saying. Alex told me about Tchouaméni. Alex messaged me and then we spoke and I didn't know anything about this brother. Do you know what I'm saying?
Basuma's another good player at Brighton. I love Basuma. Very good player. So look, we could be here all day. Kessie, there's a lot of options. We'll get to that when the season's over. Right now, I'm just telling you we need a DM in it. I don't want Ndidi. I want someone with a bit of ball playing ability. Do you want to read that out? Because ain't nobody gonna be able to read that.
He says Tuku says CFC keeper Mendy has big pain in his ribs after colliding with the woodwork. We'll have his scan and we'll find out results tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, we just have to pray. Simple as that. We've only scored 58 goals. Willock would be our top scorer in 10 games first season. We haven't scored a goal scorer contender, goal of the season contender. Get me Sancho and Lukaku. Sancho is another person where, Sancho is another person a lot of people have been interested in. You guys know Sancho. If you followed me on Twitter last December of last season, I was heavy on Sancho. Still love the player. Still think we should have signed him, but we didn't. We got other options. So in my opinion now, of course I would love to bring him in, but then you guys need to know who you want to get rid of. Yeah. Because you're not going to bring in Sancho. And by the way, Sancho is a bonus in my opinion. I think you need a striker and you need a DM. Get those two first. And then if you make sales and you gather up another 70, 80 million through sales, which you can do, then you can get a Sancho. However, if you're going to get a Sancho, who are you getting rid of? And you have to be very clear on that. Are you getting rid of Hudson-Odoi? Are you getting rid of Pulisic? Are you getting rid of Ziyech? Who are you getting rid of? That's the thing. Yeah.
People they talk about new signings, they forget that there are people need to be moved on. Do you know what I mean? I'm hearing Sancho shouts, okay, Callum hasn't really made. Are you trying to throw Callum away? Are you trying to throw Ziyech away like Matisse? There are people in the squad already. In terms of numbers in this squad here, this is no longer we need to add to the thing. It's more like we need to replace for the better option. That's what we've got to do right now. It's not about just signing players for the fun of it. It can't run. Even with our striker situation, before we get one in, obviously, us getting one in, if you are going to have to step out. You know what I mean? If you are going to...
This is the thing. Because my rule is that everybody should get one season first and then their second season. So I'm not going to tell you I want Ziyech to leave, even though I'm not impressed.
Personally...
Me personally, I'm not gonna say that I want him to go because I want him to get a second season, but I'm not impressed. Put it like that.
If he had to go, personally, I will understand and
I won't cry.
Yeah, exactly.
I won't cry.
I won't say anything so much. You know what I mean? So I'll just be quiet there. Because people think I've got an agenda, the agenda is because the way Ziyech plays, and I don't want to go into anybody specifically, but he plays like he's Messi almost. He tries to play like he's Messi, walking around on the pitch, thinking he's Mr. Instant Impact. Let me not say too much. Let me not divert too much. But Matisse, you get the drift. You know what I'm saying? Get the overall drift. Honestly, man, I don't know about you, Matisse, but today I'm not even like upset. I don't know how to explain it. I'm not angry. I'm
not really in top four. Do you know what I'm saying? My emotion is going towards trophies. My emotion went towards the final of the FA Cup. My emotion went towards the final of the Champions League. Top four is just like, get it done. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not something that my heart and soul and energy is being poured into. It's really not. So, like I said, job done, but it wasn't by us. And we're going to have to pick a Tottenham man in the match in a minute. We have two wing backs who can't beat their man, two CMs that are not a goal threat, a centre forward that can't score, and 10s who can't execute a final ball from AJ. Thank you for the super chat. That's damning, very damning statement from AJ. And I'm not even gonna lie, I don't disagree with a lot of it. I really don't. Liban says, "Why can we vote for a Spurs player man the match on CFC app?" Oh, are you saying why can we? That's definitely not an option, but we should be able to. I think Gareth Bale would win. You know what I mean? He got the goals at the end of the day, or maybe a Harry Kane. I don't know. I didn't watch the match, but it should certainly be an option because I don't really want to give man the match to any of our players. iTest Merchant says Lukaku, Timo, ball retention, first touch would be dead. That is why Lukaku for me isn't my first choice. My first choice would be Harry Kane.
So your first call of the ball retention or what?
Well, I'm not really, obviously it's about finishing, right? So obviously I'm not really interested in the strikers.
I don't know why. iTest Merchant. We always go back.
But he makes a point, right? Does Lukaku and Timo as a strike force, does that work? I'm not too sure.
As a combination, no, not really. It could. It could. But because it's really... Lukaku is very good at holding up the ball. And Lukaku having bad first touch is a fugazi, man. Honestly, it is a fugazi. That's not correct. People feel like Lukaku's first touch is piss poor. It's nowhere near Werner level in terms of...
No, it's not.
Nowhere near. His first touch,
taking that time,
especially under Antonio Conte, it has improved massively. But Lukaku has a proper first touch. Do you know what I mean?
But this is where Harry Kane comes in. Harry Kane would be a really good partnership for Timo. If we're not, of course, because we're not really dropping the bag on Timo yet. We're still hoping that second season he's a lot better. I know some people are kind of done with it, but Werner, Harry Kane would really, help Werner's game, because Werner always makes the run. He just needs to time them better. But Harry Kane would be able to spot the runs. He's got great passing range. He knows how to set up a chance. He's been doing it for Son all season. So Werner would just have to take up that Son role and make those runs, and Harry Kane would spot them. So it would, he's, in terms of a footballer, Harry Kane's just more polished. So you do want someone a bit more polished up there. But at the end of the day, if you're telling me that Lukaku's here and he doesn't suit Werner, I'm afraid Werner's gonna have to take the hit, because I know Lukaku gives me goals. I know that, it's fact. You know what I'm saying? It's not up for discussion. So I need to prioritize the person that gets me goals at this point. Lee says, how many managers haven't been convinced by Hudson-Odoi? I still hold hope though.
Bond that. Respectfully.
I personally, from what I'm seeing mannerisms wise from Tuchel, I think he's very heavily invested in Hudson-Odoi, because he doesn't give Tammy those instructions after the game. Do you know what I'm saying? You can see who he's invested in and who he's not. So he must see. I think he sees potential in Hudson-Odoi, because otherwise he wouldn't be giving him all that energy after the game. He would just be like, cool, off you go. Do you know what I'm saying? Off on to the next game. So even though he's not playing much, the amount of energy and coaching and that Tuchel's giving Hudson-Odoi publicly, he must have a plan. He must have a plan for him. He must. Less than 20 minutes away from Europa League, FML, Scott. Callum, buy, Tammy buy, Giroud buy, Emerson buy from the Podfather. It's a lot. Do you know what? Like I said, I don't want to do this right now in terms of like cutting and trimming, because the season's not over. And I feel like if we win Champions League and one of these brothers that you're telling me needs to go has a masterclass, I'm not saying you're going to change your mind, but your mind might change. Your mind might change.
It's easy. That's what I'm saying. Once again, for me, I'm not really going to say too much. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to say too much about outs right now. Only one person.
It's not an agenda. It's not an agenda.
Oh, no, he's talking about me. Yes,
yeah, I know, but let me defend you. Let me defend you. Ziyech was brought in for instant impact. Now, like I said, it's his first season, so I expect that next season that he's going to be on point. But he's 27, so he shouldn't really be consistently benched by an inconsistent young Pulisic.
28, by the way. 20, last good, 28.
He's 28. Okay, he's 28. So he's actually meant to be the starter. Hudson-Odoi and Pulisic are your developing young wingers who have talent but are inconsistent. Ziyech has to be starting in this team, in my opinion, because I don't think Ziyech works as a rotational bench player. I think he needs to be on the pitch most weeks, get a lot of touches so he can play his game and really kind of have a free role, which this system, I admit, doesn't really give him. So maybe it's the system, I don't know. But Ziyech is not a squad player. And if you know Ziyech from that Ajax team, you'll know that. He needs to be the epicenter of the team. He's the guy that wants the most touches. He's the one that wants the free role. He's the one that wants to be on the ball, creating opportunities. So a player like that very rarely can just be in and out the team, hokey pokey, and still deliver. Do you know what I'm saying? Ziyech doesn't strike me as an impact player, as a player that you can use sporadically and expect big things. He needs to be in his groove, because he plays the game at his tempo, not off the tempo of I'm coming on to prove myself. You never see Ziyech on the pitch come on and start running about and I'm trying to prove myself and do more than I need to. Ziyech is a player that plays the game at his tempo. He's very, very confident in his own ability. And for players like that, usually they need to be playing a lot. Very similar. I don't want to liken him to Ozil because he's nowhere near as good as Ozil. But Ozil is another one. Ozil was a player that was very confident in his ability in his prime, played the game at his own pace, his own tempo, needed a free role. And from the moment Ozil at Arsenal was no longer a guaranteed starter, because maybe they was falling down the table, they needed everyone to pull their weight and they couldn't have a free role anymore. Ozil coming in every now and then, the impact is not the same. And he's not of the level of Ozil as well. So, do you know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm coming from. So every time he doesn't play, that's not a good sign. It's not a good sign. And you need to also remember, Tuchel didn't sign Ziyech.
Yeah, and that's another thing.
So I don't know how highly Tuchel rates Ziyech, because he doesn't really talk like we ain't getting that Hudson-Odoi hugging and kissing shit. So we just have to be watching that. We have to keep an eye.
Somebody said who in this team has outplayed him. Not like people in his position have played better. Every single one of them have played better than Ziyech this season. Every single one.
You know what? Yeah, again,
you know, it's
slap them all with the same brush. Everybody's just being inconsistent as hell.
Yeah, they've been inconsistent. That's for sure, but they've been more consistent than he'd be inconsistent. Ziyech he's obviously scored big goals this season.
Yes, but nobody.
Very big goals. But big goals doesn't always equal top performance, innit? Don't get it twisted. Do you know what I'm saying? Do not get it twisted. 1 sec, man. Don't get it twisted. So I'm not going to come out here and act like he's been on smoke. No. He needs to add up so much more. And the thing about
he can't
he's not at that level where his nonchalance can be ignored. Do you know what I mean? When you look at Berbatov, his laziness can be excused because of his end product. Ozil like Real Madrid as well. You could see that as well. Do you know what I mean? See a chain on that. Like, you don't got juice like that, bro.
I personally just I don't think, like I said earlier, I don't think he can be that player that's not in the team consistently. And Tuchel didn't sign him, so we don't really know Tuchel's plan for Ziyech, because this is not a system that I would have said to me. And like, if you had told me we're signing Ziyech, I would never have said this formation was for Ziyech. I would have told you a 4-2-3-1 was probably his best formation, out on the right wing, in a free role though, cutting inside, maybe the 10, maybe the 10 position, maybe, but not this position here that he's in now. The Podfather says Sancho is Bruno on the wing. We can't miss out. The only thing I do caution with Sancho is do expect his numbers to drop when he comes to the Premier League, in my opinion. I've said this before, even though I rate him very highly and I think, he'd come in and instantly be our best winger. I have to say, because he's shown more consistency, unfortunately, than our wingers currently. I've said this before. I think all of our wingers have the potential to be, including, if you used to tell me Hudson-Odoi's potential, Sancho's potential, Pulisic's potential, I would actually put them all near enough around the same. I think they all have the potential to be world class. Sancho's the only world class one right now in terms of performance, because he performed. I think you need to be performing for a couple of years before you can get the world class tag. And Sancho's the only one who's consistently performed at a high level for years. So he's the only one out of them that are world class. But I think the other two have the potential to be world class as well. But I do expect his numbers to drop. The numbers that he's been getting in the Bundesliga is freaky. Do you know what I'm saying? It's freakish numbers. Now, does those numbers translate to the Prem straight away? Don't think so. I mean, especially if you're on the right wing.
You need to apply 25% Bundesliga tax, and then you can get a fair number. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's when you sort of have an idea of what he's going to do. So if he's scoring 20 goals now, you're expecting 15, 14. If he's getting 30 assists, maybe you add 30% for assist tax in the Bundesliga. Bring it down to 21. Do you know what I mean? So like, you obviously got to apply those different things. But once again, my thing still stands, Matisse. We're only getting youngins in, bro. Do you know what I mean? A team that wants to win now needs 26-27, 28-year-olds with instant impact. That's what we need right now. I'm not saying that Sancho is not generational. That's not for debate. What's his name? The Dortmund striker, the big one that's a robot. I forget his name. Haaland is also generational. Yeah, obviously generational as well. Not denying that, but they are youngins, man. Tchouaméni, also a good player. I've not seen too much about him. He's young. Declan Rice, another young player. You're not going to win anything right now if you're going to just stay with young players, isn't it? Once again, these guys can prove me very wrong on Saturday. Do you know what I mean? I would be happy to be proven wrong. I might even dance naked, innit? You never know. By the end of the day, like for me, all
make sure you turn your webcam off if you do that.
What do you mean? I mean, it wouldn't be a webcam.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, true. Oh God, Lord have mercy.
Oh my God, it wouldn't be a webcam. So like, but that's just how it is.
Someone said, so why do I give Ziyech another opportunity if I'm saying all these things?
Because it's only fair. It's only fair.
For me personally, in your first season, I'm always going to cut you some slack. I'm just going to say to myself, you haven't settled in. There's been a change of management, a change of formation. Not everybody adapts and acclimatizes to new tactics as quickly as the next man. I know before the season started, he hadn't played football for way longer than everybody else because that Dutch league finished early as well. And I'm saying all this from a person who didn't even want Ziyech. Like, if you followed me on Twitter, I told you I didn't want him. So you know. Yeah. However, I just want to, like, I don't want him to leave and feel like we didn't give him a chance, because then I'm going to have regrets. If he leaves at the end of next season after not performing on any of these new guys, apart from Havertz, because I think Havertz is just too young for that. But if Werner, Ziyech, these guys don't perform next season and then we sell them, I'm going to be like, cool, John, I'm not going to have any regrets because you had 2 seasons and we don't have time to waste. But one season for me, it's just too early. Like otherwise, the club are just making a mess of their transfers, isn't it? You can't bring in people and one season it's just like, all right, that's not good enough. We need to move on because that means your scouting is just ridiculous. The club, if you're telling me we have to sell Ziyech already or have to sell Werner already, then what is this scouting?
Then again, if like they have to give the manager their requests in it. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes.
True. So
the manager
listen, that's why I said I won't cry. Me personally, I just wouldn't get rid of him. But if Tuchel don't want them, then that's what happens when you change managers.
Manager knows best.
That's what happens. If you change managers often and then you have another man's squad that you didn't want, then someone's going to have to make a compromise. AJ says, our central midfielder bottleneck our attacks in the final third. Georgie, Kova, Kante are not at their best 25 yards or closer from goal. CDM won't fix that. No, CDM, my only thing is with CDM. Really, again, this formation is, we've found a way to get by without conceding goals. But reportedly, we're looking at changing to a 4-3-3. And if we do that, we don't have a CDM. And personally, for me, again, we need a CDM in the squad. Like, none of those three guys are natural holding midfielders. None of them are in DDs. Do you know what I'm saying? None of them are holding midfielders. They're all like either a regista or box.
They're all specialist players. They're all specialists.
They are. Do you know what I'm saying? Kante's box-to-box midfielder without being great in one of the boxes. Kova is a specialist, and Jorginho is a specialist. So I just need someone a bit more well-rounded to make it a 4. Do you know what I'm saying? Because if we need to tactically change something, we have no DM, and that's not good enough. We need to have a DM. So I'm not saying it's going to fix our goal scoring problems, but you're saying about creativity. I expect our young creators to improve. That's my point.
They will. Do you know what I mean? They definitely will, innit? So I'm not even too worried.
That's where we have to have a bit of patience. Kai Havertz, Kai Havertz is here to play in the final third and create opportunities and score. So we have to be patient with him. Selo says, does Timo play in the final?
Yeah, can we not talk about that final right now? Because I can't.
Yeah, maybe. Well, listen, I'm gonna answer it. It's a super chat, but for me personally, unfortunately, he does. We don't have a better option. He does. Because Giroud can't play and Tammy can't play. They're too rusty.
Tammy didn't even make the bench. Man is out there talking to Aston Villa fans on Twitter.com. He's not playing the final. No chance. Yeah. Unfortunately, no chance. It's sad, but that's just how it is. Do you know what I mean? Giroud's not getting it. I know, but let me not say anything about Giroud if I get in trouble. But at the end of the day, like Giroud, he's not going to play either. Do you know where I'm coming from? I would ask if Anita, she overslept in it, so she's not.
Yeah, she overslept, so she'll. Well, hopefully she arrives before we finish up, but I'm not going to go too long. I must say as well, in terms of obviously, look, we gave away the penalty, gave away 2 cheap goals, awful goals to concede. Again, individual errors, because someone had to mark Traore, so I don't know who, but that's an individual error again, and the penalty is Jorginho. So again, as we've been saying for the last week and a half, last 10 days, we're conceding goals due to individual errors, and when we do that, we can't win the game because we don't score. The issues have still not changed. Maybe the concentration and the nerves are starting to come in the back line and defensive midfield area, and they're starting to create more havoc for themselves. But at the end of the day, we're still not pamming goals. And when your defense is going through a moment of time where maybe they're not as solid as they once were, because how they were before was, let's be real, freakish. It wasn't normal. You need your strikers to bail you out. We don't have that. So we're a very lopsided team right now in terms of quality. I have to ask though, Dami, are you confident with the Champions League? Well, how are you feeling for the Champions League final now? Because some people will say we're so. Some people will say we've been so bad that we're confident. Because, like, we just, you know what I'm saying? There's no. Now that we've made top 4 as well, great. There's no pressure really on our team to win. We're not expecting to win.
Before I get to you, Triller NY, whatever the hell your name is, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Yeah. So listen, I've been seeing you drop my name in your comments from the past 5 minutes. Over Dami is a bomb. Dami just hates Ziyech. Let me read this one, and he's not surprised because this guy also hates Rudiger personally, even though he admits he's been good under Tuchel. Doesn't that show that I can be objective about situations? I personally don't like Rudiger's personality. I don't like certain things that he's done. I don't have to like players that you like just so that my opinions are correct. Do you know what I mean? You might just bust onto the scene and drop all sorts of stupid comments on a consistent basis. What's wrong with you? I'm entitled to not like Hakim Ziyech because he's not been up to form. I've never really been a massive fan of Ziyech, even before we signed him. But then again, when Ziyech plays well, don't act like I didn't do a whole dancing video with Thiago Silva music for Hakim Ziyech. Don't act like I didn't put out propaganda on twitter.com. 10,000 likes that tweet got on Hakim Ziyech. He's still there with my name attached to it. Don't act like I don't praise him from time to time when he does his thing. I'm entitled to not like people, yeah? But then again, I try to be objective as much as I can be. When Rudiger plays well, you see me coming out saying that Rudiger is playing well. I don't like him, but I acknowledge it. I was fighting for Rudiger in the Big Six the other day. I was fighting for Rudiger because I'm objective about things. So don't come on here and start dropping all sorts of stupid comments on a consistent basis. It don't make sense. Do you know what I mean? It really don't make any sense. But to answer what Matisse said, for me, truthfully, yeah, this UCL final, I'm shitting bricks. Do you know what I mean? I'm
not gonna lie, yeah. The only reason why I'm so, but basically, yeah, what happened was I had Coke and I had Southern Comfort, yeah. I had Southern Comfort, and I know this looks bad because why is it in my room? I just came back from the house party for like 2 days. We rented a house and we was partying over the weekend, and I just didn't get to drink this, innit? So now I'm just drinking the Coke.
Was it like was it like one of them kind of things?
No, it was a house. No, it was a house party.
Was it like
stupid boy?
Check the private.
So what's the confidence level saying? Yeah, hilarious, Dami. I knew what you said already. so what's the confidence levels going into this Champions League final? Because Man City won 5-0 today. I haven't watched their game. So what are we doing now? Are we going into this game and are we forfeiting, or are we doing, people?
I mean, I can't lie to you. We just have to turn up, innit? You know what I'm saying? But then again, Matisse, as much as I'm scared ahead of this game, this Chelsea team have shown us one thing this season. If we know anything about them, is one of two teams can come through. The team that's going to come in and absolutely shit out a victory, yeah, or shit out a fantastic performance, or the team that's going to break their backs for City. Hopefully, it's the first team I mentioned, innit? If not,
I don't know why, yeah. I know I'm keeping it 100, innit? We're not favourites. But there's something about us being so bad that's actually starting to get me excited for the final. I don't know where it is.
I know what it is.
Maybe I just like to suffer in it. Maybe it's the Conte in me and I prefer to suffer without the ball. I don't know where it is. But it's just the fact that there's no hope that gives me hope. If we were playing well, I don't know. I think I would actually be kind of worried because I feel like there would be like an expectation or a confidence about us or swagger to us. And like, then we're more likely to be let down. Right now, nobody expects anything from this team. Like literally, nobody expects anything. And that is what's starting to make me think, well, then we can't get any worse. Do you know what I'm saying? Like we can't really go downhill from here. Because no one is expecting anything anyway. So what else is there apart from to just try? Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. Do you know what it is? It's football and anything can happen. Anything can happen. So you guys are all expecting 5, 6, 7-0. We're unpredictable. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. It's the fact that we're so shit that's actually starting to get me excited about the game. because now all the pressure's on Man City. Because they haven't won the Champions League before. They're by far the better team. All the pressure's on them. And we just have to go out there and hope Peninsula. We just have to go out there and hope Peninsula. It's simple.
You're not wrong, innit? The fact that we've also qualified today makes the pressure a bit less. You know what I mean? Obviously, we're going to want to win, and I'm expecting them to work their asses off. Yeah. And someone said it's a final 3-0 don't happen. I mean, I think I've seen a 4-1 final before, innit? You know what I'm saying? A few times.
Who is that? Is that Real Madrid?
Yeah,
Real Madrid Liverpool.
That also happened as well, didn't it?
Yeah, Real
Madrid. It also
happened with
Liverpool. It also happened with Atletico Madrid, didn't it? Happened with Atletico Madrid. So I've seen it before.
I think it was an extra time capitulation or some shit.
I mean, Ramos shithouse header and then I remember that. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, for me personally, I'm scared, innit? I really don't want to watch time today.
You're scared.
Callum, now you know Callum has been stressing him at DMs, fam. Funny guy. Big up to Callum. Man is saying 2009 or 2012. If it's 2008, Matisse and I are finished.
Listen, I'd rather lose in normal time than lose on penalties.
Oh yes, yes.
I'm not.
You know, I think the penalties. Yeah, when you lose to penalties, it's always about the ifs and maybes in it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Penalties is ifs and if you beat in full time, it's like shit. They beat us properly. But then with this other one, nah.
Oh, AJ says City will be the first team to actually try and play on the front foot against us since Real Madrid. We play our best games when teams are like that. It's true. It's true. You're absolutely... The teams that Chelsea struggle against are the teams we're expected to beat. We were expected to beat Arsenal. We were expected to beat Aston Villa today. We were expected to beat Brighton. We were expected to beat West Brom. We were expected to beat Southampton, and we were expected to beat Leeds. And to be honest, I expected us to beat Leicester in the FA Cup final. It's all the games that we are expected to win, where we have to be the team that create. We have to be the team on the front foot. We have to be the team on the ascendancy. That's where Chelsea are at their worst. When we have to defend, sit back, counter, play out of a press, build up, transition, Kante, running. That's when we're at our best because this team can't shoot to save their lives. So what do they need? Space.
Tapping merchants.
You know your space because they can't attack. Yeah. They need space.
That's how it is. See, when I play FIFA, you know the ones where you get into the box and you have to cross it in so you can tap it in for their short goal. That's what Ziyech and them man have been doing. Remember, we did it against Real Madrid. Do you know what I'm saying? We did it against Manchester City. People don't see those things. Do you know where I'm coming from? We need that.
We won't challenge for the title until that changes. Spot on.
Yeah.
This is a final. This is a final. You 100%. Like, I will never go into a final as a Chelsea fan and not think that we can win. It's not happening. Like, we're not Wigan. And even Wigan beat Man City all those years ago. Portsmouth won the FA Cup and got relegated in the same season. Do you know what I'm saying? We played Bayern Munich, who for me was a better team than this City team, and we beat them on penalties. Like, I'm never going to be able to go into a final and think that we definitely have lost because it's one game. Literally, we are 90 minutes away from winning the Champions League. And it doesn't matter what form we're in, that sentence is still fact. It doesn't change. We're not... Because we lost against Aston Villa, it doesn't mean we're now 100 minutes away or for 150 minutes, or we're going into the game a goal down, or we're going into the game with the FIFA settings changed and they've got more pace in their controller than ours and we're moving and maybe... Do you know what I'm saying? The settings and situation is still the same. That's why I'm so calm today. Because to be honest, I'm not going to lie to you, I'm not emotionally invested in this top 4 thing. It is what it is. I'm glad it's done and I'm glad we made it, but I'm not emotionally invested. I'm emotionally invested into the final. And regardless of today's result, the final, it doesn't change. It's one game and we need to win. Like, just because we won today, well, we didn't win. Just because Tottenham won today and we made top 4, it doesn't make the Champions League game any less or more important. The game is the final of the Champions League. So I don't care whether we made top 4, cool. I don't care. Like, the main goal is to win a trophy. The goal has not changed. It's still the Champions League final. You can qualify via the league, or you can qualify via winning it. I know I want to win that trophy. So that's why today is just like, well, cool. Because at the end of the day, you qualify today, or you have to qualify next week anyway. Because there's no way I'm going to win. We're not going to lose next week, and I'm going to be like, well, at least we qualified.
Nope. If I catch any of you, saying that, you're finished.
You're not going to see me next Saturday after the game. We lost the Champions League final. Well, at least we qualified against Villa. So this doesn't hurt as much. It's not possible. I'm going to be crying. I'm going to be in tears, regardless. So this is why, when you place so much importance on the final of the Champions League and you know that you have to win regardless, then why am I getting stressed about Aston Villa? Why? There's nothing to stress about. The only stress I'm going to get is next week. If we lose, I'm stressed. I'm stressed.
Sorry.
Absolutely stressed.
Nah, this team tires me at times, but we move.
Listen, someone said it's Kepa starting the final. Let's just take it one day at a time. Let's just hope and pray. Let's just hope and pray that my brother Mendy is fully fit. Yeah. And
I believe in Kepa, by the way. People think I'm a hater. I believe in Kepa, by the way. You know what I'm saying? So he can do his thing.
I don't want him playing in that final. I'm going to keep it 100 buckaroonies.
No, I don't want to play in the final, but if you had to play in the final, I'll back him 100%.
Yeah, I'll back him, but I'm gonna be shitting myself. He said you can't end the stream without Anita. Go and get her from Football Terrace then and bring her here. That's the only way. Because we're winding up soon. You're gonna have to go and collect her.
We need to pack up, fam, because man is hungry.
Yeah, I'm hungry, bro. You know what I'm saying? Man's tired, man's hungry. You know what I'm saying? Alex says if we'd lost on Tuesday, we wouldn't have played the Europa League next season. We'd have settled with fucking Conference League. Do you know what's so funny about all of this? If I'm to turn this into something funny, Tottenham put us in the Champions League and put themselves in the Conference League. Like, what did they gain? What did they gain out of that? I
normally on weekends like this, I usually wind down, but I'm waiting for that thing that Toby and them man doing. I want to see their reactions. I'm invested in their reactions. Honestly speaking, fully invested.
Where I don't get where Tottenham's motivation came from to do us a solid. Out of all the teams that we like, this is why I said we can't rely on anybody today, because I don't see why Tottenham would want to help us. Why would they want to do that? It doesn't make any sense.
But then again, I won't be shocked if Daniel Levy is trying to push them for his Conference League to get some extra coins. I have no idea. Do you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If you extra for his working bags and whatnot, you know what I'm saying?
I am absolutely shocked that Tottenham did us a favour today. Shocked. I don't see where the motivation comes from. I don't see it. I thought they would have done Man United and threw the game, if I'm honest. Like Man United did when they played Leicester for Liverpool to finish outside top 4. I thought they were going to throw the game. Honest to God, I thought they were going to throw the game. I thought they were going to remember the Battle of the Bridge where we confirmed the title for Leicester. I thought they were going to throw the game. I was like, they're going to throw the game. So I don't know where that came from. Thank goodness you stepped up because my team didn't. But end of the day, that's really mad from you lot. I don't know. I don't even know if your fans even wanted that, to be honest. So it's going to be interesting now. It was Harry Kane's last game. I think he was fighting for Golden Boot. So him alone, maybe they were doing it for him. I don't know. That would make sense. They probably did it. Did it for him. His last game now, at least get a win. Do you know what I mean? That's the least you can ask for. An Arsenal fan just says they're happy they didn't qualify for the conference. Facts. Ain't nobody trying to be in that shit. Ain't nobody trying to be in that Conference League. That is not something to be even kind of excited about.
Somebody said we don't deserve the Champions League. Well, cry hard.
I don't really care. I don't care. I don't care. I do not care. If we win the Champions League next Saturday and we get a scabby offside goal in the last minute after getting dominated for 90, and you come into my live chat and tell me we didn't deserve it, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Do you know what I'm saying? If we win it, like obviously this game I'm just annoyed that my team didn't win. I'm a very simple man. When my team win, I'm most of the time going to be happy unless the performance was absolutely dog shit. And if my team lose, I'm most of the time going to be unhappy unless my team performance was really good and we just got cheated. We played average and we didn't win. I'm not happy. It's a very simple thing. You can predict how my streams will be with the results.
Like you, I don't really care anymore. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you haven't noticed
I don't care. I don't care about this game.
My motivation in these last few 10 minutes has been gone. I'm on my phone.
We're not even talking about, like, honest to God, we're not talking about this game. We're not talking about this game again. Like, tomorrow, hopefully, Oil Boys will be either tomorrow or Tuesday. I'm just going to organize it. We're moving on. Champions League final build-up. That's all I'm doing this week. That's it. Or if any stories come out or whatever, any news, I don't know. Mendy update. Don't care about this game. This game getting one review and that's it. Don't care now. Done. Yeah, listen, Anita's trapped. So we're going to have to cut. We're going to have to cut without the Queen's speech. Oh, but that's mad though. No Queen's speech at the end of the season. At the end of the Premier League season.
I don't think the Queen speaks about shit, does she? So like,
there's no Queen's speech at the end of the Premier League season.
I mean, do you want us to play tic-tac-toe if she comes back?
No, I'm gonna go on there. I'm gonna go and check where the video she says, and if I can see that potentially is wrapping up, let me take a look. Imagine no Queen's speech at the end of the Premier League season. Oh,
I hate the comment section, man.
What is it with you, man, and spam?
I hate them.
Leave it out, man.
I hate them, man.
Nah. We're going to have to go because I've got to go actually now because I've got to do byline responsibilities and I can see this thing don't look like it's ending anytime soon. So, listen, people, that's the end of the stream. You did not bully them enough to get her over here. We're going to wrap up and I'm going to see you guys tomorrow for an upload. I don't quite know what it is going to be yet, but I will upload something. And Dami, any content coming out, final thoughts, let the people know, my brother.
I mean, video is out. Do you know where I'm coming from? The vlog is still there. In case you haven't watched it, that was a peng video. Do you know what I'm saying? Tomorrow, content-wise, I will not make promises, but there is definitely going to be content from Tuesday to the end of the week. Some big content, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Anything you want to say, I'm really going to. They all are wearing it.
What do you mean? Yeah, well, nah. If they're not aware, they'll be surprised. That's how I see it. People, make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. Man, Dem is out, done and dusted. The top 4 has been secured. Thank you very much to Tottenham Hotspur and Gareth Bale. Shout out to you, man. My team obviously don't know what the meaning of an important defining fixture is, but we move effortlessly into the distance. And Monday we start the Champions League final build up to the big game in Porto against Manchester City. It doesn't get any better. We're going in as severe underdogs, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
I've just clocked. Your hair has grown back.
Of course it's grown back. Do you think I was going to turn up to this Champions League final board?
I mean, immaculate timing, boss man. We move.
It was all planned. In a bit, people.
Cheers!
Perfect.